Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going. Oh my God, it's so cold in here! Christ. Okay. Today we are going to be doing another episode of. Drum roll, please. Pooter reviews. You probably read that from the title, honestly. But yeah. Oh my God, it's so cold in here. It's like 35 degrees in here. But yeah. So we're going to be doing an episode of Pooter Reviews. And today we are going to be reviewing, drumroll again, today we're going to be reviewing The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Now, before you're like, before anyone says, oh, you haven't seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly yet? Oh my God. I don't know who would say that, but I don't know. Kind of losing my wits in this temperature. No, I'm joking, it's not that bad. But I have seen it before when I was 8 or 9. I think, yeah, when I was 8 or 9 or something like that. But I watched it yesterday. I rewatched it yesterday, and I forgot how like interesting it was, and it was actually pretty. I just forgot about a lot of the scenes, and it was like, wow, that's really interesting. But disclaimer for all you millennials out there, it's a pretty old movie from 1967, and I think it was originally in black and white even. So, but you know, there's most of the copies that they have out there now are color, so don't worry, it's not like a black and white silent film or anything. But it was originally released in black and white, so. Yeah, it's 3 hours long, so it's quite long. It's about twice the average movie now, twice the length of the average movie now. So another disclaimer for you millennials, it requires a long attention span, and I know how many of you have that, like a few of you, maybe a few hundred millennials out of the entire generation. But yeah, so. I just don't like you gotta, sit down and, it's definitely a sit down thing. It's not like a willy-nilly, and I don't, maybe it's just me, but I don't like pausing movies and watching them later on. I just like to finish it all in one sitting, so I'm not like, yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, this is it, and I'm gonna start the review now. So, it's centered around I'm not gonna try not to spoil too much. It's centered around 3 different characters. Tuco. I don't know the actor's name, but Tuco is my favorite character. And then there's they don't really give him a name. Angel Eyes, that's his nickname. We don't actually get a name. Oh, I think his name is like Wallace or something. I don't know, But basically, and then the main character, Clint Eastwood, he smokes a cigar and he has the whole, thing. He doesn't actually have a name. Tuco just calls him Blondie throughout the entire movie because he's not even blonde. He just has brown hair, like a little lighter than mine, I think, about my kind of hair color. But yeah, and then there's the bad guy. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly because Clint Eastwood is the quote-unquote good guy, even though he runs a get-rich-quick scheme and undermines the justice while doing it. Whatever, he's like a good as far as the other people go. And the bad guy, he's just a bounty hunter and like just a hitman, and then he kills his clients also and takes their money. Yeah, he's a pretty bad person. And then the ugly Tuco, I don't know. He's kind of like he's like a bad person, but they're all kind of bad people. So it's just kind of like he's kind of like the neutral presence, I guess. Yeah, that's the character's summary. So, and basically what happens is it's all about how I don't want to spoil too much, but basically there's a treasure in a graveyard, $200,000 in a graveyard. that they're all tracking down. Well, there's like a first act and a second act. The second act is that, but I don't want to spoil it, is the one where they try to track down the treasure, but it's like kind of different. And it's also during the Civil War in the Arizona territory, so that's Arizona and New Mexico, the current U.S. states. And basically, it's during the Civil War, and there's all this, and it's kind of like in the background, there's all this Civil War fighting and kind of stuff like that. And basically, they all track it down, and they try to find, like, what happened. And then, so basically, the thing that motivates, so Tuco and Blondie work together. I'm just going to call him Clint Eastwood or whatever. So Tuco and Eastwood, they basically, Tuco and Eastwood, they work together to try to find the treasure. Well, the Angel Eyes, that's his nickname that Tuco gives him. He's trying to track it down on his own. But so basically, the only thing that motivates each other from not killing each other is that the person who told them the treasure, he was dying. His name was what's his name? Ben Carson. And no, I'm not talking about Dr. Ben Carson. That was a bad joke. But basically, they're trying to track him down. So basically, what happens is that I don't want to spoil too much of it. I'm trying to get a nice medium between the two. But basically, there's a guy, and basically he tells Tuco part of the secret, and then when Tuco's off doing something, he tells Clint Eastwood the other half of the secret. And so basically neither of them wants to tell their half of the secret. So basically the thing that's motivating them from not just asking and then killing each other is basically they're trying to work together to just combine the secret, and then they'll split the $200,000 in cash. And now you might be saying $200,000 is a lot to go through all these lengths to track and rest. $200,000 was a lot, like a lot. $200,000 back then in the 1860s was like it was like $20 million now. So it was a lot of money. I don't know. I don't know the estimate on that. Maybe I'm just eyeballing. I'm just eyeballing it. But like it was a lot of money. So, basically, they're all tracking it down, and then they have all these like different kind of misadventures along the way. Like they get captured by the Union a few times. It's a really well-rounded movie, and it doesn't really have a particular focus. It's just very interesting to see. But so yeah, and honestly, my most favorite character was Tuco, because he had like him and like he just like, I don't know, Clint Eastwood. I was about to say they have a chemistry together, but they kind of don't. Just Tuco kind of. I just like Tuco, and my least favorite character was the bad guy, Angel Eyes. He was just kind of like. He was just bland. He was just like this. He was so one-dimensional, and it's like he doesn't even have like one redeeming quality. He just kills people and punches people. He says a few words, and then it's just like, he's not a very enthralling or interesting character. And so that's why you don't really feel anything when they kill him. I mean, it's just like he's the first to go, and he just, so what happens is they're in the graveyard, and there's like this empty dugout grave. It's conveniently placed, so he shoots him. I can't tell. I didn't remember if it was Tuco or Eastwood that shot him. But they shoot him, and then he rolls into the conveniently placed grave because, conveniently placed object is complete. It's not really an object, but you know what I'm trying to say. All right, that's the main idea, and so basically, he just rolls into the grave, and you don't really. You're just like, so what? He died. I don't care. He wasn't an interesting character, But then the ending to me, it was kind of not very satisfying. It was just kind of like, I don't want to spoil the ending, but it was just kind of like left you there like, well then what happened to them? It's like, what's supposed to happen? It's just like, I don't know. It was just kind of not very satisfying at all. It wasn't like only one person walked away. It was just weird, and it was just yeah, I didn't really like the ending. It was very like kind of it wasn't I wouldn't say it was anticlimactic, but it was just very just open ended and like I guess that's okay for an ending, but it was just something about it wasn't very, I don't know. But the movie, be warned, the movie is very cheesy. It's like it's from the '60s, mid '60s, so it's very cheesy and it's, you know, and it and it uses I don't, maybe you haven't heard the name The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but you've probably heard the thing where it's like I don't even know how to replicate it. It's like it just I think you'd know it if you heard it. But it's like dun 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 dun. Wait, no. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I can't really even replicate it. It's just like but you definitely know. I think everyone should know that by like the time, you know, they should recognize it. But it's very cheesy, and there's like the scene where they're all in a circle in the graveyard, and then they're all like looking at each other, and it's like this whole Mexican standoff, and they're like fiddling around with their guns, and then it just pans from shot to shot of their sweaty like serious face. They're just like, and they're all sweaty and like gross and grimy, and then there's like it's just really cheesy, and you know that I think that only contributes to it. Yeah. Now I would give the ultimate rating of the movie. I would give this, the drum roll please. That's not even. You know what? Okay. I'd give it a 90 out of 100. And the reason why I wouldn't give it a 95, because it's actually 97 on Rotten Tomatoes, is something about it. It's just like, sometimes it feels very dragged out and long, and it feels like some parts should have been cut out. And it also, the ending wasn't very satisfying. But it was still a really good movie. A lot of things were just off about it, and that made me give it a 90. And it's like, and Clint Eastwood, he's not the, I know he's supposed to be this like really great actor, but he honestly, I don't think his reputation as a good actor really precedes him. Is that the right usage of the word? But it just like he's definitely exaggerated how good of an actor he is. Tuco, he's just a very charismatic and funny guy. And there's some funny scenes, but Clint Eastwood, he's supposed to be all like enigmatic, and he's like, and he's like, oh, I'm so interesting and enigmatic, and but it just makes him seem like he doesn't know what he's saying, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He just kind of like, yeah, I'm so cool, I'm just going along with the rhythm. And the bad guy is just boring. The Angel Eyes, he's just boring. He's just a really disappointing presence, and he's his like persona is in the name of the movie, so you think he'd play like a more central role, but he's just like, it's just very, very disappointing what they did with the Angel Eyes character. But yeah, that's why I'd give it a 90. Because it's still an awesome movie, and I definitely guarantee you should watch it. But yeah, that's my review for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I hope you enjoyed my review. Leave a like or don't. Your choice. This is America. Don't get you slipping on. Oh, god damn it. That meme has been dead for like 9 months. God damn it. But yeah, like and subscribe if you want. If you want, don't. It's a free country. Not really. I never really understood why people say it's a free country. That's what a lot of kids say when they're like defying the teachers, like, it's a free country. But I never really understood that. Like, free speech is a thing. God, I am really rambling here. So yeah, keep calm and watch on, I guess. Bye.